Hey guys, it's Tazwhole here. We're gonna look back at the interview that we had with TekForce. Check it out, guys. It's awesome.
Because Killer Instinct came out when I really started working a job, and so I had just expendable income. So most of my paycheck went into Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah. Or you can't
Yeah,
forget Street Fighter, man. Street Fighter is really good. I don't know the Street
yeah,
Fighter. The Street when I see no offense, guys, on PS4 on the other consoles, I know Street Fighter 5 is all right, but I will have to say, like Super Street Fighter, like the old school, like Nintendo stuff like that. I kind of miss that. It felt like that stuff was
yeah,
harder. There's some.
yeah. Well, they're coming out with the Ultra Super Street Fighter 2, is it?
Oh, is it?
It's Ultra Street Fighter 2 that Capcom is coming out with on PS4s. So they're going to do the Super Nintendo version upgraded with HD graphics.
Oh yeah, that would be nice because when I was playing like Street Fighter 5, it felt a lot like Tekken, and I'm like, I like Tekken when it was arcade, when it
Yeah,
was in the arcade, but I'm sorry,
yeah.
they're just not. I'm sorry when you take Tekken, I'm like, when you make it Street Fighter, I'm like, oh really? Now I'm just Ryu is just a it's just like he's now like Kuma. Come on, what the hell?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a difference, man, and I got a lot of homies that play Street Fighter 5, and they tell me it's different. It's not, the Street Fighter that we're used to
It's not
growing
the
up
Street
with.
Fighter we expect. It's like yes, we
Yeah,
got the $1 million man, but really he's only $500, so that's what you're expecting. You're expecting
right,
$1 million,
right.
we gave you 500 instead.
There you go.
Mind you, it's still a good game. So you know what, guys, maybe you guys look up, look on YouTube, like look up Street Fighter, some of the trailers of the original Street Fighter, and then look at Street Fighter 5, and then you tell us. You let us know. Please let us know in the
Right,
comments.
right.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I swear I actually was actually I'm gonna at the end of this video I'm gonna definitely put a link to that music video freaking Level Up because that's a good song too. But my favorite one out of your songs is Ode to the Retro. That's my favorite one. Just
Man,
that.
I really appreciate that, dude. A lot of people really tell me they love that track. Like that track has done a lot for me, man. And the producer, Beat Nerd Hub, shout out to him. He's the one that produced it, as well as several tracks on Tech Support and Server Crash Part One. And when we made that track, man, we just set out to make a really dope song. And
Nice.
you know, and I remember he sent me that beat, and I thought it was incredible. I said, "Man, you did this?" Because the track it uses a King of Fighters sample. That boom,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
like from King of Fighters. And he just did some other stuff with it, man. And then as I was writing it, it like all of that came to me. The Bounce of the Mario was kind of like an ode to like a lot of Southern tracks, like Juvenile and Lil Wayne back in the day. They used to use chants like that. And I thought it would be nobody's ever done that with a gamer track. So I just incorporated that, man, and it ended up working, and people loved it, dude.
I swear, I actually like. I'm always listening to it all the time, and oh my gosh, I'm actually always thinking like, sorry, remember like Super NES or Super Nintendo? Apparently, they came out with like Mario RPG and stuff like that. It always making me when
Yeah.
it bounced the Mario. I'm always thinking the Mario jumping and stuff like that, and I'm just thinking of the different games that you're naming off, and I'm like, whoa, this is freaking awesome.
Well, thank you, man. I mean, it's cool to have international love because I got love here in the States, but man, I'm getting love for it outside. And earlier, late last year, man, I shipped off my first international CD to
Whoa,
France. There
whoa.
was somebody that bought my CD from France, and it tripped me out because I was like, how the hell did he hear me? Then I remembered I'm on Spotify, and I said maybe he heard me that way. Um, and then
It was
and then I
Spotify.
looked.
They knew.
Yeah, like I act like streaming services ain't worldwide. It was crazy.
All right, now
But
you did mention like I know you didn't mention like here, but you were talking off stream like you do have a Patreon. Did you just start it up?
yes, man. The Patreon is starting tomorrow.
Ah,
Tomorrow will be the official launch. We shot a video for it.
Nice.
The video is great. Yeah, the intro. And also, for the people that sign up for the Patreon, they're going to get an exclusive track from me. Just by signing up. I did a Mortal Kombat track called Mortally Wounded.
Oh, nice.
And the track is basically Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, and you got to listen to the track.
Come on, you gotta have you have to have the classic like rivalry between blue and yellow. Come on. I've seen so many fan-made videos on Scorpion and Sub-Zero being like the Kumatai or whatnot, and then the one village against the one village, and then probably like one kills the other one, and then they're like, I must get this for honor, and you know, oh, that's another game that's coming out soon, For Honor. Definitely check that, guys out there. Check out that game for PS4 and Xbox, and I'm not sure about PC, but do check it out. For Honor, it's supposed to be really good. But yeah, like. Oh, but I was talking about For Honor, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like definitely have the link in the description below for your Patreon, man. Cause
I appreciate it, man. I think and the reason I wanted to do it, man, is honestly to deliver more content, man. I needed, you know, a lot of people are asking, how can I help? How can I, you know, help you to make more music? And I thought about it, and I kept looking at Patreon, and I saw friends of mine using it, other people, and be real successful. And it's a better way to get connected with fans and make new ones because it's more interactive.
Yeah. And
I thought, why not try it myself? Let's see what happens.
I was just really surprised that I found you on Twitter.
Yeah, as I am, because you've been a huge supporter, and thank you for being such a huge supporter, man.
At first, apparently, like, this is why the conversation went between me and my girlfriend. Yes, shout out to my girlfriend, you're awesome. Like, apparently, she's into a lot of hip-hop rap, and then she actually met you first, and then she's like, well, I actually listened to Over the Retro, and then I'm like, hey, who is that? And then she goes, yeah, some guy I met on Twitter. I'm like, he's fucking awesome, man! I want to meet him! Oh my god!
Thank you. Well, have you heard this? You know, I made a part 2, right?
Yeah, I heard part 2 on your album. I did hear a little bit of it, but like, I'm actually gonna buy your album. Definitely.
Well, thank you, man. I you know, once again, you've been real, just like supportive, and it feels good when I put my heart in my music and everything, and then people. They love it too, you know.
I have to definitely say, boot ups to you, good friend. Boot up to you.
Thank you.
Oh man, but yeah, like my girlfriend got me into it, and then like when I just connected that way, and then I'm like, this guy's actually good. So I actually have like I'm really happy for the community that I've been making on Twitter, but it's really amazing. Like YouTube, Twitter, it's now changed my life. So I actually liked it because I've had more friends like in a year than I met in the last 3 of my real life. That's really sad, but still. It's really cool. Good times, man. Good times. Good drink to that.
Well, I mean, but that's the way of the world now, man. The world is social media. That's how people connect to make friends versus how it was back in the day. You had to you know, go to a certain place like all or wherever. You don't have to do that anymore, man.
Yeah, where people had like we have our own cliques. Like, you're not cool enough, you're in this clique, or I'm sorry, but then like even like high school age, there was a lot of cliques. So when it came down to it, I'll even admit, like, even how were you in high school? Like, you know, when it came down to when you were growing up and stuff. Like, where did you?
Well, man, well, you gotta understand, it was a different age. I'm Generation X, so when I grew up, it was really cliquish. Like, to be a black dude and love nerdy stuff.
That was different.
Was really like not looked at as being cool, because I loved video games and anime, but it's not like now. Now you can do that and play football or basketball and love all that stuff, which is great. But you know, it took a lot of time for times to change, for society to say, well, hell, it doesn't matter what race he is, we all love the same thing.
Yeah,
And there's still a lot of work to be done, but it's way further now
slowly
than it used to
it's
be.
progressing, man. I'm really
Yeah,
cheers to that, man, because I swear when I was in high school, I swear like
yeah,
I didn't really I at first, like from grade 10 to grade 11, I'm like I didn't really talk that much, but then when it came down to grade 12, I really talked a lot. And then apparently people,
yeah.
they would, I was really self-conscious about myself because the fact is I love gaming, and the fact was there's not a lot of people that really I had that in common with, because
Right.
in my hometown it was like, oh my god, he's a nerd. But sure, I'm a nerd for doing YouTube, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna drink up to that.
You know what? You just gotta own it, man. There's room for everybody, and we're passionate about what we love. We
That
just to a fault. And you got millions of people right now, billions that are watching the Super Bowl because they're passionate about football. And the reason why they don't get talked about is because they put it out there as culturally acceptable to love football and the NBA and all that stuff. That then you're popular, but they don't put out, man, there's a gamer tournament on Overwatch. That's society still kind of deems that as being, oh man, that's nerdy. They're nerds and this and that. It's looked at in a negative light.
yeah.
But we don't care.
No.
We
no.
love what we love.
We
And
love
if
what
you
we
don't,
love.
so what?
No, I
It
swear.
is what it is.
Like I'll say it. Like one thing is like even my sister, she's younger than me, but one thing is she comes down, she's into the whole thing where she's used to the whole generation where, oh yes, you're a gamer, so that like she's always seen it as a nerdy thing. And then apparently it's kind of weird because when I have more in common when I'm talking to people, because you know what? When I have nothing to talk about, I'm like saying I actually figure out what they like, and a lot of times there's a lot more
Right.
gamers than they give credit. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, my brother's cool. How did this freaking happen?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Pay back,
You
you
over there
bitch."
Right. Because you're over there on Twitter making like lifelong friends and connections and doing what you love, and she sees it. So there you go.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, it's like even when meeting people on even like one of the things like meeting other people on Twitter and also like lifelong friends or whatnot, like you gotta realize that after a while, like you have to be pretty much like support goes hand in hand. Like I know, like man, I'm really happy for having you on the show. That's awesome. And the fact is, you have to also, when it comes down to it, for the global view, is you gotta really, I meant like in general, we can all learn from this. Is we have to accept things for the way they are, and then accept people's
Right.
new views to things. Because there's always
That's
someone
right.
that's gonna have a different view. Because sure,
That's right.
yo, but
Yeah,
like,
man, it's important that we dialogue, especially in these times right now, dude, because you gotta. The only way that people can understand each other is to talk. If
Yeah.
you're not talking and you're yelling, then you're not listening.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear each other, and then there can be no growth. So first, dialoguing has to happen, and and we hope for the best, and we make. All we can do is what we can personally do. We can't control other people's actions, but you can control yours every day.
Yeah.
Every day you can make a difference.
Yeah, exactly. It's the littlest thing, even when you're doing a good turn for somebody, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna help that lady down the street, or I'm gonna open that door for that person, or open the door, or even open a door.
Man,
Show common
it's
courtesy.
funny you mentioned that. Yesterday, I was in the comic book store we were filming, where there was a lady that came in that was hearing impaired.
Wow.
And she came in and she said, hi, I need help. Our battery's dead. We need a jump start. And everybody, you could tell people were just kind of looking around. And I was like, well, the guy that was behind the counter, he was running the store. He was like, he immediately came. He's a great guy. Immediately came around and was like, well, I got to go out here and jump. I said, don't worry about it, man. I got it. because I was gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. But
I went out there and just pulled up by them and gave them a jump start. I don't even know what their names are, but it doesn't matter because that's what you do for people, man, when they need help. You don't.
Yeah, you go the extra mile just to help them out because
it's just good karma too, man. Because I think if you help other people, then they're gonna feel the need to help someone else in the future. It's a trickle down effect, Yeah,
that's something that we all gotta learn. So yes, guys, definitely gotta learn that. Well, I have to thank you. TekForce for being on the show, man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for having me, Taz. I appreciate it. It's great talking with you, bro.
Well, you guys know what time it is.
Booze buddies, this is TekForce from Texas, and this is the thought of the day. Peace.
Hey guys, this is the thought of the week, acceptance. Now, when I came to thinking about that, I started thinking about how Tech said about being different. Well, we're all different in our own ways, but it's time to. Sometimes we just think we run across something that's different. We gotta accept it because things aren't always. It's not always cut and paste. It's not always the same, or it's not normal. There's no such thing as normal. But I'm saying, but really, we just gotta accept the fact that things are different, or even accept the fact that things are chosen for us because it's for the better. Because sometimes we get help from our family, help from our friends or whatnot. Those are the people that that know what they're talking about. But people that have done it, or they know someone else has done it, and they just they care about you. So accept the fact, take advice, and accept the horizons to new things, because really, that's the key to happiness. Is just if you get along with everybody, accept everything. You know what? I know nothing's gonna be a surprise for you anymore, but maybe you haven't done something that's new. So accept the fact that things change and that not everyone's the same. So I leave you with Level Up from TekForce, and do click the link in the description below, because to his Patreon, he is awesome, okay? And my buddy Tech, and click the link down below if you have not seen the first episodes of this, because I have looked at some of other work by TekForce, but yeah, this is a song Level Up by TekForce. This is only 15 minutes of it, but yes, I bid you good day. Good day, guys. Have some fun. See you guys!
Well, ain't so tough. I'ma show you how to level up. It goes up, up, down, down, left.